Turning a corner may seem like a simple operation, but many crashes occur because drivers do not turn correctly. When making a turn, you should reduce your turning speed to a safe speed, get into the correct lane in time, obey no turn on red or stop here signs, yield to vehicles and bicycles moving in the opposite direction. Never make last-minute turns. If you come to an intersection where you want to turn and you're not in the correct lane, drive to the next intersection and then turn from the correct lane. Let me repeat that one more time. Drive to the next intersection and then turn from the correct lane. The driver's left arm and hand are extended upward. This hand signal means that the driver plans to turn right. Sometimes you will have to turn in a very small space. Use a 3-point turn only if the road is too narrow to make a U-turn and you cannot turn around the block. To make a 3-point turn, signal your left turn signal, then carefully check your oncoming traffic. So you're going to signal first, and then carefully you're going to check for any traffic that might be coming, just to be safe. A roundabout is a circular intersection without traffic signs. You should know. If there are no vehicles on the roundabout, you can either enter without giving way, and drivers entering the roundabout must yield to vehicles already traveling through the roundabout. 2 things to keep in mind. Maintain a minimum following distance of 4 seconds in favorable weather and traffic conditions. You must increase the following distance though. When it rains or the roads are wet, low visibility, dusk, dawn, night, or fog, you should maintain the minimum following distance. How are blind spots around a large commercial vehicle different from blind spots in a car? The larger the vehicle, the larger the blind spots. Trucks and large sport utility vehicles have blind spots near the rear of the vehicle that they can see in the rear view mirror. When you're about to pass another car on the left, you should not return to the right side until you can see the tires of the vehicle you passed in your rear view mirror. Identify this signal. Merger traffic. So you are approaching a point where another lane of traffic merges with yours. When you want to pass another vehicle on the left, you must activate your turn signal before moving into the left lane. Check your blind spots and make sure you have enough time to pass safely. Where is it not allowed to pass another car? Within 100 feet of a bridge, viaduct, tunnel, crossing, railway, or intersection, on hills or curves where you cannot see at least 500 feet ahead. Other situations where passing is not allowed is when there is a school bus stopped and has flashing lights on and the stop sign displayed, and when pedestrian crossings when there's a vehicle that has stopped to allow the pedestrian to cross. When you are about to pass another vehicle, never pass the vehicle off the paved surface and must not exceed the speed limits in that area. So let me explain. When you're about to pass another vehicle, make sure that you never drive off the pavement surface and never exceed the speed limit in that area just to pass that vehicle. White lane lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Which of these statements is correct? A. With simple broken white line, you can change lanes when it is safe to do so. Octagon-shaped signs are always A. Stop signs. To make sure you are braking smoothly. Check all mirrors for traffic behind your vehicle. Release the accelerator to slow the vehicle, press the brake pedal to activate the brake lights, and use firm pressure. If worried, nervous, angry, or crying, a driver should take some time to focus on driving before starting the engine. What is the first thing that is affected after consuming an alcohol beverage? The judgment of a person. A single broken yellow line in the center of a two-lane road indicates that the lanes move in opposite directions and drivers are allowed to pass when it is safe to do so. You are more likely to die in a crash if you do not wear a seatbelt. In a crash, the seatbelt prevents being ejected from the vehicle, prevents being thrown against other passengers, the steering wheel, or windshield, and keeps you behind the wheel where you can control the vehicle. So, all of these apply. Road rage is violent behavior or visibly aggressive behavior by a driver which can cause crashes or other accidents on the roads. Signs include honking, making obscene hand gestures, preventing other vehicles from entering your lane, accelerating or braking suddenly, following another vehicle too closely, and cutting off other drivers. When preparing to drive, the seatbelt must be correctly placed in such a way that passes through the lap, through the chest, tight above the hip. If you have an oncoming vehicle on the left side and a bicyclist on the right, you should let the vehicle pass, then overtake the bicycle. The most common color of warning signs is yellow. If you're driving in another driver's blind spot, you should move forward or stay behind so the other driver can see you. Every time you prepare to drive before starting your vehicle's engine, make sure the vehicle is in park or neutral. Adjust all rear view mirrors so you can use them without having to lean forward or backward. And put on your seatbelt and make sure all passengers do the same. Drivers must yield to pedestrians. Even when pedestrians cross the streets carelessly. Your brake lights will tell other drivers that you are slowing down or stopping. A school zone ends sign indicates the end of a reduced speed zone. If you come to an intersection with a flashing red light, you should stop at the intersection and continue when traffic allows. If you come to an intersection with a flashing yellow light, you should slow down and cross the intersection with caution. The correct way to drive is with both hands holding the steering wheel, just like the picture. The maximum height allowed between the pavement and the bottom of the car and rear bumper of a 3,000 to 5,000 pound pickup truck is 28 inches on the front. When driving on a main road, you see RXR, like this sign over here, painted on the pavement, accompanied by this sign. What does the brand mean? What does this RR and the X like that mean? Railway tracks coming soon. How you can avoid being involved in an accident: to be on the road if another driver threatens you or intentionally drives dangerously around you. Stay calm and try to get as far away as possible. Slow down and let that person pass. Do not make eye contact or do not respond if any gestures happened. A load that extends more than 8 feet beyond the sides of a vehicle and beyond the rear must be clearly marked. During the day, red flags must be used. It's important to know if your vehicle has anti-lock braking system, ABS, because it will affect how you stop in an emergency situation. Which of the following statements is true? Drivers with ABS need to fully depress the brake pedal, hold it down, and move away from danger. Being distracted while driving is extremely risky behavior. Which category is most dangerous? Sending text messages. There are also other types of distractions, such as looking at an object, a person, or an event outside the vehicle, eating or drinking, and interacting with passengers. Adjusting the radio controls or air conditioning, and cleaning up or lighting a cigarette. Any driver who is stopped by a police officer and found to have an alcohol level of 0.08 or more at the time of arrest, your driving privilege will be suspended. Which of these conditions does your blood alcohol content, BAC, depend on? How much alcohol do you drink? How much time passes between drinks? The law requires all drivers, all front seat passengers, and all passengers under 18 years of age to wear seatbelts. Which statement is correct? That would be passengers over 18 years of age will be fined for violating the law if they do not wear a seatbelt when required by the law, and drivers will be fined for violating the seatbelt law if a passenger under the age of 18 is not restrained with a seatbelt. Driving while drowsy can be as dangerous as driving while drunk. Why? Because it can reduce your mental processes and reaction time and affects the judgment and vision. When a motor vehicle is on the road, it is illegal to possess open containers of alcohol in the passenger compartment. Never leave a child alone or unsupervised in a motor vehicle for no period of time. So, never. Simple continuous white line allows to drive in the same direction. There's going to be cars on both sides of the line, but do not cross the line unless you must do so to avoid danger. Continuous double yellow lines allows vehicles moving in any direction not to pass or cross these lines unless turning left when it is safe to do so. White stop lines indicate you must stop your vehicle before any part of it crosses the line before the crosswalk, and you must stop at a stop sign or a red light. It is illegal to drive with excess speed. You must obey the speed limit, and you are responsible for knowing the speed limit when driving. What is the safest speed? A speed that allows you to have complete control of your vehicle and avoid collisions. Unless otherwise indicated, the speed in school areas is 20 miles per hour. Driving too slowly is also against the law. You should not drive too slow because it can block or delay traffic moving at normal speed. Safe speed. Unless otherwise indicated, the speed in residential areas is 30 miles per hour. Turn signals are also required by law when changing lanes, passing a vehicle, or turning. You must keep in mind to turn on your turn signal at least 100 feet, 30 meters before turning. Turning a corner may seem like a simple operation, but when many crashes occur because drivers do not turn correctly, when making a turn, you should always keep in mind, reduce your turning speed to a safe speed, getting into the correct lane in time, and obey no turn on red or stop here signs. Yield to vehicles and bicycles moving in the opposite direction.